Okay, well, we are all by ourselves today, and we are doing a haul of everything that we bought the past 2 days shopping with Sue at the thrift stores. So we actually visited 2 separate thrift stores. We visited the Goodwill and also the Community Aid. And we got a few goodies. We didn't get a whole lot of stuff, but I feel like we got a few good pieces that we're gonna make some money on. So I'm excited to go over this stuff with you guys. I can't remember exactly what I got at what store. To be honest, this video was filmed a couple weeks ago. I've kind of been posting out of order, so yeah, it was a while ago. So I can't exactly say which was bought at which store, but we're gonna start at this end of the table and work our way this way. And all right, here we go. And I actually haven't taken the tags off of this stuff, so I can tell you exactly what I paid for it and how much I think I can get for it. So here we go. Now this stuff was really exciting because as soon as we walked in, I spotted this Flow Blue, and I couldn't believe it. I just about died when I saw it on the shelves, to be honest. I don't come across it very often on the shelves, and I rarely come across it unshipped. These pieces are virtually undamaged. There is no chipping on the edges. There are some marks for the manufacturer defects that are just pot marks on them, but they are beautiful pieces. 1800s porcelain, the white and blue. And what I like about these is that the blue just kind of leaches into the white. Now I use these on my walls. I know people are probably like cringe. I use the plate holders and I hang them on my wall, but I usually use the ones that have chips on them, and I just use them against the wall because I think they look really nice on the wall arranged. So with these not being chipped, they would actually make for good serving pieces. Now, this is made by Wharf Pottery. I come across this quite often, but I've never come across this pattern before. This is considered the Waldorf pattern. And you guys have seen me pick up Wharf Pottery in the past, like a while ago. You guys probably might not even remember, and you might not even been with my channel that long. But these little platters right here, these will sell between $30 and $35 a piece. That's how much these go for. And I have 2 of them, and I paid only $8 a piece for those. So we're gonna make a little bit of money there. Now one has much darker colors than the other. There is a little bit of variation there, but I don't think that'll matter. Now these ones, we got 2 bowls also, Wharf Pottery, same pattern. It's the Waldorf pattern. These are just bowls, and they are marked. They have the maker's mark here. Now these would sell for, again, $30 to $35. So pretty pleased with those, and they're no chips, no cracks. And we paid $8 a piece for those. I like that they have the maker's mark on the side, which is, you know, it's kind of weird because when you're serving, you know, you see the maker's mark on the side versus on the bottom. It's kind of an interesting placement. I don't think I've ever seen it on the side. Usually I see it on the bottom. So the one last piece that we got was this piece right here. And we actually paid $10 for this. This one is Wool & Sons, Victoria, I believe is the Victoria Royal Semi-Porcelain, Wool & Sons, England. I'm not sure what the pattern is on this. This was Drew's favorite when I brought it home and showed him. I paid $10 for this, and I'm not sure what this bowl would go for. I want to say probably in line with the others. And I'm not sure if this was a serving bowl or if it would have had a pitcher and it would have been like a vanity set. I'm actually not sure. It's kind of a little bit larger than the others. But that was the most expensive one that we got. So you think we paid $8 a piece, so that's $32 for the 2 platters and the 2 bowls plus that. So right there we've got $42 all up in there. But we're gonna do okay with that. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. From there, we grabbed this piece, which we paid $5 for. Now this one is not marked. It's actually, I wish that, see, the ring light is shining back on me so I can see the translucency of the porcelain and you can't. But this actually has, it's very thin and it's got a quality texture to it despite not being marked. I suspect that this is Nippon, even though it's not marked. It just has the quality of Nippon. It does have a moriage texture, which means that it has raised texture with the gold. And it is a nice piece. You can tell it's got age. Again, it has a manufacturer defect. It actually has like a little burn mark there from probably when it was fired in the kiln. But there are no defects on it. And I just love the white porcelain contrasted with the gold. It's just very elegant. So that's a nice little bowl. So, what did we pay for that? $5. We paid $5 for that. That piece I would expect probably to get around $20 for, just because it's such a nice piece. And there are no chips or cracks on it. A lot of the times I find these pieces and they are chipped and cracked. So very impressed with the selection on this trip and the fact that nothing was damaged. Knock on wood. I mean, Andrew's not here to look it over and be like, did you see this? Did you see that? Eek. But he actually was down here looking over the table before he went up to pack packages. And he's like, I really like that. So I feel like he would have pointed that out to me before I started my video. Like, did you see that crack over there? Yeah. All right. We got a couple planters as well. You guys know I can't pass up a nice little figural planter. So I grabbed this sheep. It's got kind of a funny looking face. I don't really know what to make of it. But the weight on this thing, this is so heavy. This is like massively heavy. I actually didn't peel it to see if there's a mark. I paid $3 for this. I don't actually see a mark on here. I want to suspect, I think it's American made, but I don't know for sure. But it's very heavy. It's nice quality. And for this piece, I would probably expect to get $12 to $16 for this. It would make like a nice nursery planter, which is probably what it was originally intended for. A lot of these lambs and these sheep, they were just nursery planters. Let's do our little hen. This little hen here, I suspect that this one may be Royal Copley. Cannot say for certain. I did not look it up. I paid $3 for it. And I didn't actually peel the bottom. But as you guys know, there's a lot of Royal Copley out there that is not marked. This is not marked. No, but I paid $3 for this. I would expect probably to get $15 to $20 for a little hen. Again, no chips, no cracks, no damage. It is kind of rough around the edges here, but it's all glazed. So it's you know, that's how it was made. So I really like the little hen. I don't think I've ever seen that. You know, a lot of these planters I see over and over again, but that's one I've never seen before, so. Our little piggy. Now this one, I'm going to say, is probably Shawnee. I only paid $1 for this, which doesn't seem right, given the fact that the prices at Community Aid seem to be going up. I don't know. You guys have mentioned that in comments. I've noticed it and haven't really said a whole lot about it, but I'm gonna have to say yes, I believe you are correct in pointing that out. The prices have been going up. Oh, I see why it was only $1. There's a chip on the ear that I just noticed. There is a little chip on the ear that I couldn't see because I was staring into the ring light. I don't even know. Maybe I noticed that while I was out shopping it. I think I did. I think I did notice that and decided to go for it anyway because it was only $1. But anyway, I believe he is made by Shawnee. He has a little basket. And for him, because of the chip, I would expect to get $5 to $10. But when I've only got $1 in him, I'm gonna at least make a little bit of money on him, so. And it is a little chip on his ear, and his ear's white anyway, and the chip is white, so it's not horrible. If his ear was like red and the chip was white, we'd have an issue, but it kind of blends. I think that's why I didn't really notice it immediately. Also at the community aid, we grabbed these. Now I knew what these were because I had purchased, well, I think it was actually Andrew. Andrew, in one of his mystery unboxings, had purchased a vase from Eric, and it was a celestial pattern vase, and it was made by Fostoria. Now come to find out, Fostoria and Federal were both making this celestial pattern. I've seen examples with Federal markings, and I've seen examples with Fostoria markings, so they were both making almost an identical vase called Celestial. I don't know the history behind it. I don't know why they were both doing it, but they were. Now, these candlesticks match the vase that we recently sold, the same color pattern and everything. But I grabbed 2 of these, and I paid probably too much. I paid $4 a piece for these. I feel like I paid too much for them. I think I was so excited because they matched the vase that I had listed. But then I waited so long to post this video that it was kind of like, well, the vase is long gone, and here's some candlesticks. So I think for these, I could expect to get, I want to say $12 to $16. Maybe they would go for a little bit more. They would have gone for a lot more if I had paired them with the vase. But obviously, even when I bought these, I already had the vase listed, so what are you gonna do? Now if they had been $4 for the pair, that would have been a different story. I wouldn't have felt so like about that. But they are nice pieces, and I like them. So let's see. What else did we get at community aid? Okay. So this is something I had never seen before. And when I never see something before, as you guys know, I become intrigued by it and I have to buy it. It's not a good thing. Luckily, nothing has been super expensive as of yet. Eventually, I'm going to come across something and be like, that's really expensive, but I've never seen it before. I think I'll buy it. This I paid $8 for. It is Buchan, not Buchanan, Buchan, and it's thistleware, I believe is what it's called. And it's this pottery with thistle on it. It's actually stoneware, I think is what it says. Finest stoneware of Scotland. Yes, that is what it says. So I paid $8 for this pitcher. This pitcher would probably sell for about $20 to $25. It's, you know, I'm not going to be making a whole lot on it, but I learned something about it, and we talk a lot about paying to learn, and this is an instance in paying to learn. I bought it, I learned something about it. I'm not losing money on it, hopefully. Oh my gosh, I thought somebody was going to get in an accident. Yikes. But I learned about it, and now I know going into the next time I see it, if it's marked low, I can make some money, and if it's marked like this, I'm not gonna do so hot. So I also grabbed this bowl, which is a very large bowl, and I paid $15 for this. The shipping department's gonna love this one. This bowl I paid, well, $15 for, and I could probably get like $25 to $35 for it. So there's not a whole lot of profit to be made in these, unfortunately. And I thought I might be getting myself into trouble when I bought them, but they were pretty, and sometimes you just gotta take a chance. And I took a chance. I'm not losing money, fortunately. There have been times when I've taken a chance and lost money, as you know. But I mean, granted, I haven't even listed them yet, so I could still lose money on these. But I think I'm gonna make out okay. I think I'm gonna at least break even and maybe make a little bit of money. And then the shipping department's gonna have to deal with shipping those out. So I don't even have to mess with the shipping, which is nice, because usually it's like, oh, I gotta ship those out and I didn't even hardly make anything. Just give that to Andrew. He's good at it. Okay, so I think that was pretty much everything that we got at the community aid. I think that, oh no, this was community aid as well. I didn't realize that. I paid $4 for this, and I absolutely love him. I don't know I don't know what it is about him, but I love him. He is definitely vintage. He's not marked in any way. He's just carved wood. I mean, he's solid carved wood. I love his characteristics, and he's just this really happy lion. I want to say he's maybe 70s, possibly 60s, 60s or 70s. He's got this retro look to him, but he's just really neat. He does have, unfortunately, a little bit of chips on his ears. He's probably been, he was at the thrift store. He was probably thrown in with a box of other stuff and nicked up a little bit. But I really like him. I would expect him to probably go for 30 to 35 because he's solid wood. He's carved. He's a piece of art, honestly. Somebody put a lot of work into carving this piece. It's not something that was just machine made and slapped together. Somebody carved this and put a lot of work into it. So I'm placing a higher value on it as opposed to something that was just made, if that makes sense. I think it's late and I'm struggling right now. Okay, now I do believe that is everything from the community aid. And from there, Sue and I went over to the Goodwill. Now I suspected, I am missing something. I'm missing something really amazing that is not out on this table, and I apologize for that, and you guys are probably going to point it out. And those of you who didn't see the video yesterday are going to have to go back and watch it because I'm not going to go out on the porch and look for it. But it is a casket box that appears to be handmade, and it has flowers on it, and it's hinged. It's a really nice piece. I suspect that it is a vanity casket box. Sam took a bunch of pictures of it. It is sitting in our scheduled listings, and I actually pulled it back a couple days because I wasn't sure if that's what it is. It's got these weird little knobby things. Oh, there goes my brass owl. It's got these weird little like screwy knobby things on the end. I just don't know. But it was quite impressive. And I can't tell you how much I paid for it, but I can tell you that I would expect to get at least $25 for that. It's quite awesome. And it's funny because I passed it up the first time. And a couple of my viewers, I think, commented, you passed up that beautiful vanity box. And I was like, oh, and I'm like going back watching that. Yeah, okay, I did pass that up. So the next time I went back, it was still there, and I grabbed it because of my viewers. I didn't even see it. And thanks to you guys, I was able to see it, and I brought it home, and sure enough, the thing's gorgeous. So very happy with that. Unfortunately, it got whisked away to listing land, and it is not out here on the table. So that is one piece that I realized that I am missing. But besides that, we got lots of owls. Lots of them. I don't know. I guess it was somebody's owl collection. One of the pieces we got was this little owl carving. We paid $1 for this. It is actually marked on the back. Ulmer. Huh. See, I had assumed that this was 78. I had assumed that this was just a craft piece that somebody, it's burnt. Yeah, actually burnt. A craft piece that somebody had just put together. It's weird that it says Ulmer, unless that's the plaque and that it was a kit that you could burn. But paid $1 for this. I would expect to get about 12 to 15 for the burnt owl. It's a nice vintage piece. Nice owl decor. We've got salt and pepper shakers here. Owl salt and pepper shakers. Paid $2 for these fellas. And for those, I would expect probably about 10 bucks. Let's see here. Now, I grabbed this kind of grab bag of owls. It was this plastic bag full of all these owls. And I was kind of going through, why did I don't even know why I bought it, honestly, because I'm looking at the stuff and I'm like, every single one of those is chipped. This piece right here, I've picked one of these up before, and the last one I found was also cracked. This one has a chip right on his nose, and I actually put him up outside my door, up on the top of my door. So when people come to my house, he's watching over them, but he's got this huge crack on him. This one is also cracked. It's made in Mexico, but it's just this cute little owl. This is actually, I think, the reason that I bought that bag. Now that I think back on it, I was like, oh, look, he's cute. I don't care that his beak is messed up. Also in there is this little pillbox, I guess you could call it. It's dated 1992, but somebody painted a little owl on this pillbox. I guess it'd be an earring box. What I would use this for, I would make this into a little ring box. That's what I would use it for. If I was to gift somebody a ring, which I wouldn't because I'm cheap and I don't gift people rings. I gift myself rings, honestly. But if I was to use this, I would probably put like a piece of that fuzzy stuff that Juliet ran away with. I would put some fuzzy stuff in here and I would use it as a little box to present, to give a ring. Gentlemen, are you hearing me? This is an idea for you. Okay. So the other owls, we have this little guy. Now, we will find these all the time at the gem fossil mineral jewelry show, New Jersey thing that we go to occasionally. So we can pick these up for just a couple bucks. I'm not super excited about that. Handmade in Peru. I forgot to say how much I can give. I'm thinking like 10 bucks for the little box. And I'm not gonna sell this because of the nose. These little guys, unfortunately, also have a few condition issues. They were just in a plastic bag, and I think they were all just jingling around. And they're adorable, though. Not gonna be able to sell those either. Now, there are two pieces that I can probably sell and make my money back on the bag because they are not damaged. One of them being this brass owl, because you can't really chip brass. So this guy I would expect to get 5 to 10 for. And this is marked 24% lead crystal made in Taiwan. But it's another little owl. So he's kind of cute. I would expect the same, 5 to 10. So they're not big ticket items, but when you pay for the entire lot, you know, it'll all add up. We got this. Can't remember if this is marked Nippon or Noritake. I paid $2 for this creamer. I feel like somebody's outside right now. Maybe not. I paid $2 for this creamer, and I would expect to get, I want to say, like 12 to 15 for it. It's a really nice scene. There's a swan on a lake. I think I have a salt and pepper shaker that matched this that I sold recently, unfortunately. I'm finding all this stuff that matches stuff that I've already sold. It's kind of a bummer. This piece I paid $1 for. It's a vase with applied flowers and leaves. I do not believe it's marked. It does have some age to it. It's got some crazing. The inside is glazed, so it does have use. And I would expect for this piece to get like 8 to 10 for. I mean, there's a lot of little items here, but when you're only paying $1 for it, it adds up. It really does. The problem is you just got to keep it moving, because a lot of the times when I look at the smaller items, I think to myself, I don't want to list that. I'm not going to make very much money on it. But if I don't keep the little items moving, they add up. So it's important to just stay on top of it and not look at the little items and, you know, just keep it all moving. Just keep it all moving. Otherwise, you become a hoarder. So this I paid $1 for. I think you guys probably remember the tiger that I had. And a lot of you in the comments were saying, I know exactly what that is. That is an art project from the 80s that we did in art, where we would hammer the copper to look like whatever we want. And I grabbed two of these. They're both exactly the same, but in opposite directions. Dogs. Hound dogs, it appears. They look like maybe, it could be blue ticks. Maybe Treeing Walker coon hounds. Or a black and tan. I don't know. But they're definitely coon hounds with those big floppy ears, and I'm kind of digging it. They're really neat. I think I could probably get 15 a piece for those. I realized that they were just art projects back when, but they're vintage and they're kind of neat pieces of art. And that's usually how I look at stuff, is, you know what, I wouldn't mind having that. I only buy artwork that I like because I don't mind getting stuck with it. So if I try to sell it, it doesn't sell. I like big floppy eared dogs. I wouldn't mind hanging that on the wall. So, this piece, now this was kind of a weird piece that people were probably like, why did you buy that? I paid $1 for this. And I'll tell you why I bought this. I bought this because it was very special to someone. I know that sounds silly, but it was very special to someone, and it made me a little bit sad that it had ended up at the Goodwill. And you know, every so often I come across those pieces that make me sad that they end up at the Goodwill. So this is just a poem, probably from a daughter to their mother for Mother's Day, because it's a Mother's Day poem. And it's vintage. Mother and home sweet home. All the joyous words I know just simply could not say. All the happiness I hope is yours on Mother's Day. And yet I'm sure your heart will know that though my feet may roam, my love will always find the way to mother and home sweet home. So I just thought it was a nice little poem, and I just had to save it. So I will probably be listing that, and hopefully somebody else will save it. I mean, I realize that Mother's Day is not anywhere near, but you know, it needed to be rescued. So I don't know how much that would go for. I'm going to list it up starting bid $2, and somebody will buy it, I promise. And if not, I will hold on to it. Okay, let's see, what else? What else? Is that everything? Did we go through everything? I feel really weird because I feel like we did. Wowzers. That was a quick video. That was only 27 minutes. Okay. Oh, wait, no. There's this sitting right in front of me. This is something that Sue picked out for $2. And she handed it to me because I like marmalade jars. It's got, are those apples? Oh, they are apples. I thought those were oranges for some reason. Maybe they are oranges. I don't know. Anyway, it's a jelly jar or a marmalade jam jar. It's missing its little spoon, unfortunately, but I would expect probably to get like $5 to $10 for that. So I just peeled off the tag, but I do believe I paid $2 for this. So maybe Sue paid $2. No, I think she gave it to me and then I bought it. So I paid $2 for this, and I would expect to get 5 to 10 for it. So there are no chips or cracks, but there's no markings. I am suspecting Japan, but yeah. So I think that pretty much sums up. Oh wait, the witch mug. Now I was going to keep this. I paid $1 for it, but I kind of went through my mugs today and decided I have far too many, and I keep, like, every time I go out, I end up with a new mug. So I will more than likely end up selling the witch mug, which is kind of a little bit sad, but you know what? I've got some Halloween mugs that I use. I don't need another one. So I'm going to sell the witch's brew mug. I paid $1 for it. I would expect, again, 5 to 10. So anyway, this is everything that I bought these past 2 days shopping with Sue, with the exception of our little glass vanity trinket box. Ooh, our video is gonna end. Let me restart it. We're like 2 seconds from being cut off. But this is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I realized it wasn't as exciting because Andrew wasn't here, but I tried to make it as exciting as I possibly could. We are more than likely right now on our way back from a weekend trip. We were away this weekend at a metal detecting event in upstate New York. So I'm excited to be heading home, I can promise you. And yeah, I guess we're gonna get back to it tomorrow, and I will see you guys later. Bye. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook.